Welcome students in my biology classes. Today we will take the next topic, which is type of ovules. In last class I have to explain about the structure of ovules, and now in this class we will discuss about the types of ovule. Very important as the purpose of NEET. So it is types of ovules with the diagram and some explanation. Now first of all, what is the classification, what is the base of classification of ovule in angiosperm plants? So basis of classification of ovules depending upon the shape, orientation, that means the shape of chalaza, the shape of micropyle, then funicle, hilum, and then position and then orientation, means where the funicle, hilum, chalaza and the micropyle situated and orientated, that time it convert into the 6 types. Clear? So first, orthotropous, anatropous, hemitropous, camylotropous, amphitropous and cercinotrophous. Again repeat, first is called orthotropous, second is anatropous, third is hemitropous, campylotrophous, amphitropous and cercinotrophous. Total 6 types of ovule in angiosperm plants. Clear? Now one by one we will take the explanation and then diagram and the example of ovule. Now first we take the first ovule, which is orthotropous. Clear? These type of orthotropous ovules. So first we take the orthotropous type of angiospermic ovules. Now we know the different parts of ovule, which I already explained in last classes: micropyle, nucellus, embryo sac, chalaza, hilum and funicle, which are most important part for classification of ovule. That means the orientation of these part is important in case of types of ovule. So first we discuss about the orthotropous. First, which is ovule is erect. Ovule is erect. That means no bending between the ovule, or we can say no bending with the micropyle, chalaza, hilum and then embryo sac. So it is the erect ovule. So it is the first characteristic of orthotropous ovule. We can explain these term erection, that means the micropyle, nucellus, embryo sac, chalaza, hilum and funicle all are in same axis. So that time the condition is called erect condition or straight condition. So it is a single ovule which is in erect position. So first characteristic. Now second, it is devoid of any curvature with the micropyle. That means it devoid any kind of curvature with the micropyle. That means it unable to possess any curvature with the micropyle. But in other case, other ovules, they are 180 degree, 90 degree and some other curvature present in the other ovules. So it is the second characteristic of orthotropous ovules. Now third, it is away from placenta. Now which thing is away from placenta? That means the micropyle is away from placenta due to this position. Clear? So it is away from the placenta. We can demonstrate it on diagram. If we draw the diagram of ovary and then we can construct these ovule. So it is away from, these micropyle is away from the placenta. So it is third characteristic of orthotropous ovule. Next is hilum, micropyle, chalaza all lie at the same vertical axis. We can take micropyle, hilum. First is the micropyle, then hilum, chalaza, funicle, all are present at the same axis. So it is the same axis where they all are present. So it is the fourth point, that means hilum, micropyle, chalaza all lie in the same vertical axis or same position. So it is a vertical axis where they all are present. Next point, embryo sac is straight. Here is the embryo sac which is just after the nucellus. It is the nucellus cells, parenchyma cells, and then inner side the structure, black side structure is called embryo sac. So it is in a straight position. So straight position in this case, and some other cases it may be bend, it may be horseshoe types. So it is the first type of ovule, which is orthotropous type of ovule. Now in orthotropous type of ovule, we can take the position of micropyle, nucellus, embryo sac, chalaza, hilum, funicle. Clear? So it is present in Piperaceae and Polygonaceae family of angiosperm plant, but it is also present in some gymnosperm plant also. But we are discussing about angiosperm, so it is an example of these type of ovules. So you can take a screenshot of it for your subjective questions. These are the characteristic of ovule is erect, devoid any curvature with the micropyle. It is away from placenta, hilum, micropyle, chalaza, all lying in the same vertical axis, and embryo sac is a straight. So all are very important points as per the NEET purpose. Yes, our next ovule, which is called anatropous. It is a very common type of ovule. So it is a structure of these ovule in which the upper side is chalaza, embryo sac, then it is a nucellus, hilum, funicle, and then micropyle. So first we discuss about these characteristic feature. First is the ovule is completely inverted. That means orthotropous to it, it is a completely inverted. Clear? Exactly inverted. So we can write it about it. Ovule is completely inverted. Now first character. Second is 180-degree curvature of the funicle. That means it is a 180-degree curvature with the funicle. So it is a curvature 180-degree with the funicle. Third is the nucellus is parallel to the funicle. Nucellus, it is a nucellus. These are the cells. These are the cells which funicle, which is a parallel. Clear? Next is micropyle near to the hilum. Now in this case, it is a micropyle. It is a micropyle and it is a hilum. So it is a near to the hilum. Next important part, micropyle near to the hilum. Clear? Chalaza and the funicle is the same longitudinal. Chalaza and then funicle in the same longitudinal. It is the same longitudinal. So chalaza and then funicle both are the same longitudinal. Embryo sac is straight. In last ovule it was straight. Now in this ovule it is also straight. So it is the type of ovule which is anatropous. Again repeat, it is a diagram of ovule which is anatropous ovule, in which ovule is a completely inverted. In first case it was straight, but in this case it is inverted. Second, 180-degree curvature of the funicle. Funicle in the 180-degree in the curvature. Third point, nucellus is a parallel to funicle. So nucellus is just a parallel to the funicle. And next point, micropyle near to the hilum. So micropyle and the near to the hilum. And then embryo sac is straight and funicle and then chalaza in the same longitudinal. So it is a characteristic of anatropous ovule. Diagram and then explanation for your subjective question as per your NEET purpose. First, inverted ovule. Very important point for NEET. First thing. Second, the angle of curvature 180-degree. And next important part, which is the example, Helianthus is the example of these type of ovule. So it is the types of ovule. Second, in angiosperm, it is the most common type of ovule present in angiosperm. Clear? So two ovules. First is the orthotropous, second is the hemitropous. Now you can take a screenshot. Yes, next ovule is hemitropous. Now we take the hemitropous. It is a diagram of hemitropous in which it is a micropyle. Just opposite to micropyle is a chalaza. It is a cells which is nucellus cell, funicle, and then hilum. Clear? So we can take first explanation of the ovule, which is ovule twisted half. It is twisted but half, not completely twisted. So it is a half twisted ovule. First. Second, curvature at right angle with the funicle. So curvature is the right angle, that means it is a 90-degree curvature with the funicle. So it is a 90-degree curvature, we can write it is a 90-degree curvature with the funicle. Here the funicle and here is the complete ovule. So it is a 90-degree curvature with the funicle. Micropyle chalaza in the horizontal. So micropyle and then chalanja is in the horizontal. Clear? Next is the embryo sac is straight. Embryo sac, it is a straight form. No any twisted present in the embryo sac. So it is an explanation about the hemitropous type ovule. Again repeat, ovule is a twisted half or half twisted. It is not completely twisted. Second, curvature at the right angle. We focus the curvature, which is 90-degree. So it is the curvature with the funicle. Next, micropyle and chalanja is the horizontal. Micropyle and then chalanja is in the horizontal form. Embryo sac is a straight, no bending in the embryo sac. And then example is a Ranunculus family of angiosperm plant. So it is a hemitropous. Now we take next step. So before starting the next ovules, we have to complete orthotropous, anatropous and hemitropous in this video, in this class. Now in next class we will take camylotropous, amphitropous and cercinotropous types of ovules. So thank you for watching my class. If you can easily understand these type of ovules, so please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.